Here we are going to discuss about the time response of the particular system, that is the closed loop system for the different transfer functions. And when we have different inputs also, like inputs, we have a step input, or we can call unit step, or when we have parabolic inputs, or we can have ramp inputs. For all this, we'll see that with the help of Laplace transform, how we are able to get the time response here, and how this partial differential equation is going to help us here to obtain the time response for the different input signal for the closed loop. Still, if you didn't subscribe our channel, please subscribe it and share it with your friends. So now, what is the time response? So for this, we need to consider one closed loop system, and that closed loop system is the function of time. So generally, in the closed loop system here, we are going to consider the unity feedback. So unity feedback means h of s will be equal to 1. So this can be obtained with the help of solving the differential equation, and it can also be obtained by the help of transfer function and the input system. So the second one, as well as differential equation also, we are going to take the help here. So here one general closed loop transfer function is considered C of s by R of s, where R of s is the Laplace transfer of the input function. So this is the G of s upon 1 plus G of s into H of s, that can be written as M of s. If you want to write this response in the time in S domain, then we have C of S equal to R of S into M of S. So this input function is being multiplied here to the closed loop transfer function. And this, to obtain this response in the time domain, we have to obtain the Laplace inverse of the given transfer function. So here you can see this block diagram. This is the input in the S domain. This is the output, that is the final response. And this is the open loop transfer function G of S, and H of S is the feedback here. So due to that, we are able to obtain the closed loop transfer function. So here in our case, we are going to consider H of S equal to 1. That will show the unity feedback. So when we are trying to obtain the time response, it has two different parts. One is called as the transient response. So what is the transient response? It is the response of the system when, due to this input, a state is going to change from one state to another state. It has to change. Then it is called as the transient response. So here input changes from one state to another state. Whereas in case of a steady state response, the response as the time t approaches infinity. So when we'll have a start the function with t equal to 0, and finally when t value become very large, approx to infinity, then we are able to obtain the steady state. Means after that response is not going to change. Same natures will be going to be repeated. So here different test signals are being used here to obtain the response in the time domain. So here we have first one is the step signal. So a step signal can be defined as it has value of a for r, that is t is greater or equal to 0. So r of t is the representation of this function, and time is t is greater or equal to 0. So here you see that our function is 1, where at t equal to 0, as well as when it's going to go further also. And for t less than 0, its value is what here? 0. So that's why it is Laplace of this is the a by s. And if you talk about this unit step function here, then this a value is going to be equal to 1. So here we'll have 1, and this Laplace will become here 1 by s for the unit step. Similarly, in case of ramp signal, so ramp signal is defined as here at for the t greater or equal to 0, and 0 for t less than 0. So Laplace transfer of this one is a by s square, and it is the unit ramp signal, then it will become 1 by s square. So this Laplace transform you need to remember so that you can find the solution easily. Next, we have parabolic signals. So in case of parabolic signal, it is defined as at square by 2. If it is the unit parabolic signal, then we have t square by 2 only for the time interval t greater equal to 0 and t less than 0, its value is 0. So Laplace of this a by s cube. If it is the unit parabolic signal, then we have 1 by s cube. So how we are going to obtain these values? So if you integrate the step signal, we are going to obtain the ramp signal. And if you integrate the ramp signal, we'll obtain the parabolic signal. Next, we have impulse signal. Okay, so that impulse having a value of the infinity for t equal to 0. So it has value only at t equal to 0 at that instant alone. For remaining t is not equal to 0, its value is 0. And it's, so you see that integral of impulse function over minus infinity to plus infinity is equal to a. And Laplace of it is given as the 1. If it is also unit impulse means finally this in place of infinity will have value of only 1. So these are the input signals that is used generally to test the or to obtain the response of the first order system in the time domain. So now how this partial fraction will be obtained. So for that we have three different cases, three different types of the function we are going to obtain on the basis of that transfer function is being simplified. So one of this is like k upon s into s plus p1 into s plus p2. So in this case we can write a by s plus b by s plus p2 and c upon s plus p2. So now here how we are going to obtain ABC values. For that to obtain the value of A, transfer function is being multiplied with S, and after that we have to substitute the condition S equal to 0. To obtain the B, transfer function is being multiplied by S plus P1, and then we substitute the condition S equal to minus P1. Similarly for the C, transfer function is multiplied by the what is the denominator of that one. Okay, like here S plus P2. So we are multiplying by here by denominators and we are substituting equating denominator equal to 0. So what we get here? S equal to minus P2, like S plus P2 equal to 0. Then what is the denominator? S equal to minus P2. Similarly for the B also, what is in the denominator? By that transfer function is being multiplied and we are equating to 0. That value is we have to substitute. Similarly here also. In the second condition, when transfer function has multiple poles. So here you are saying that a square is here in the denominator, s plus p square. So in this situation, we have a by s plus b by s plus p1, c upon s plus p2 is square plus d by s plus p2. This is the extra term that is here in case of multiple poles. A is obtained, transfer function is multiplied by s and substitute s equal to 0 as before. B is also obtained same as before, multiplied by the denominator and is s equal to minus p1. Okay, and C here again multiplied by what is there in the denominator and substitute the value s equal to minus p2. Whereas to obtain the value of d, here transfer function is being multiplied by the s plus p2 whole square. Then it is being differentiated. After differentiation with respect to s, then we have to substitute the value s equal to minus p2. So this point you should be careful when we have to obtain the value of d. Third case is when the transfer function has complex conjugate poles. So in this situation, poles are going to be the complex conjugates. Then transfer function can be written as a by s plus p1 plus bs plus c divided by s square bs plus c. So a is obtained here as before. What is in the denominator? It is multiplied here. Then we have to substitute s equal to minus p2. Whereas to obtain the value of B and C, we are going to do the cross multiplication here. And what value of A we have obtained, that value will substitute here. And finally, the remaining term, we are trying to write in the form of this x plus y square equal to x square plus 2x plus 2xy plus y square. This is the expansion of this a plus b whole square or x plus y whole square. That is x square plus 2x plus y square. So later when you will see, when you will try to solve this one, you have to multiply it by some values. You have to add and subtract the sum values. So that all condition will take place. So might will be obtained like t of s equal to in this format. Okay, so later we'll have some examples. So now we are going to see if question is coming separately, find the response of the first order system for the step input or unit step inputs. Okay, there it is going to help. And for that, open loop transfer function will be given or closed loop transfer function will be given. So for that particular transfer function, you have to simplify. Here we have taken example 1 by Ts. So here unity feedback is here. Okay, h of s value is here 1. So finally, you know that we have C of s upon Rs, R of s equal to G of s divided by 1 plus G of s into h of s. So finally here, what is the G of s value? 1 upon Ts. This is divided by 1 plus, again G of s is what? 1 upon Ts and multiplied by 1. So now if we try to simplify this, so we'll have 1 upon Ts and in the denominator, LCM is the Ts. So what we'll have again? Ts plus 1. So finally this Ts is being cancelled. So we'll obtain here 1 by 1 plus Ts. So that is written here. So that's why closed loop transfer function now we have 1 by 1 plus Ts. This one we can write M of S also. And here input signal is what? Unit steps. So unit step means R of t value will be 1. Okay. So Laplace transform of this unit transfer function, that is unit step input, is the 1 by S. Okay. R of S is what? 1 by S. This is the Laplace transform. Now we have response in the S domain. So C of S. So here transfer function is multiplied by R of S here. So R of S is what? 1 by S. So now this is the finally transfer function for us. Now this transfer function we are going to simplify with the help of partial differential equation. So that we are writing as A by S plus B upon S plus 1 by T. So finally here you see that coefficient of T is adjusted here 1 by T. Okay. So here we have S into S plus 1 by T. So whatever transfer function we have, so we have to obtain the denominator in the format that coefficient of S will be equal to 1. So similarly, now we have to obtain the A. So how we'll obtain the A? The transfer function C of S here now is being multiplied by the S, and we have to substitute the value of S equal to 0. So 1 by T, that is the CS value, 1 by T divided by S into S plus 1 by T, and we have multiplied by S. So that S will become cancelled. Now we substitute S equal to 0. So we'll get 1 by T upon 1 by T, that is equal to 1. So now we got the value of A. Next we have to obtain the value of B. Okay. So again, similarly, how we'll obtain the value of B? In the same way, you have to multiply by the denominator of B, that is S plus 1 by T in this condition. Now we have to substitute S equal to 1 by T here. So finally this is being cancelled here. Now we have 1 by T upon S. So S is 1 by T once you substitute this value. So S is here minus 1 by T. Since okay, S plus 1 by T equal to 0. So S is what? Minus 1 by T. So when substitute this value, we have B is what? Minus 1. So now you got A equal to 1 and we have B equal to minus 1 value. So now this value we are going to substitute in the previous C of S values. Now finally we have 1 by S minus 1 upon S plus 1 by T. Now this response we have to find in the time domain. How we'll find this one in the time domain? For that we have to use the Laplace inverse transfer function. So to obtain the Laplace inverse, again this is the 1 by S. So 1 by S Laplace inverse is 1. So and the Laplace inverse of 1 by S plus 1 by AT is the e to the power minus AT. So here you can see that what is the general formula. Laplace of e to the power AT is what? 1 upon S plus A. So our given second term is in the form of this term. So finally inverse Laplace is what? E to the power AT. So here A is what for us? Minus 1 by T. Okay, so that all we have to careful about this. So here this is the minus. Okay, this all function what we are going to obtain e to the power minus AT by So this is the Laplace inverse how we have obtained here. So now finally, after getting the Laplace inverse of the given function, we have that is the transfer function in the form of the time domain. So finally, C of t equal to 1 minus e to the power minus 1 by t is the step unit response. So this is the unit step, okay? If simply a step response is there, then it will multiply by a. So whatever value will be given, that value will be multiplied here. Now, if you're going to substitute the different value of the time here, so t equal to 0. So finally here we have expression for this. So we are going to obtain here actually we have e to the power minus t by capital T, okay? Like the correction here, e to the power minus t by capital T. Here also e to the power minus t by capital T. Here also e to the power minus t by capital T. Now we'll substitute the value of t. T is 0. So this is going to be the value 0. So e to the power 0 is 1. So 1 minus e to the power 0 is what here 1. So 1 minus 1 is what 0. Second, t equal to 1 by t. So 1 by t we have taken, so e to the power minus 1. So this value is calculated for the different value of the t. So when a small t is the 5t, so you are saying that we have 1 minus e to the power minus 5. So that is 0.993. So it is approximately equal to 1. And when t is equal to infinity, then it's going to obtain the steady state. So that is going to become the value of 1. So this capital T is called as the time constant of the system. And here it is considered that when t equal to 5t, system has assumed to be in the steady states. So finally, we can plot the graph for the unit steps. First, we have to show the input, then we have to see the output. So we got the different function values for the different value of the t. So on the basis of that, we have graph in the format. After that, it is going to be the steady state. So at 5t, almost it is equal to 0.99. So that is taken as the 1. So it is going to obtain the steady state. Like this, you can obtain the response of the first order system for any function, whether it is the parabolic or it is the ramp or the impulse. So we have to be careful what is the input signal, what is the value of r of t, and what is the corresponding Laplace transform. So still, if you have any doubt, please write in the comment box. Okay. So, and any other solution is required for anything, you can write in the comment box. Thank you. Thank you very much.